Well, we're just at the very end of the Catchlight 2022 Film Festival, and I am with Ollie Sindel, who is the winner of the Best Non-Fiction Film called Ink Train. Tell us about Ink Train and tell us a bit about yourself.
All right, thank you, Alex. Well, I won't tell you too much about myself, but I will tell you about Ink Train, which is a film I'm super proud of, mainly because it was a film I thought had a lot of barriers to making it happen, in that I was basically doing a load of interviews on the train with people about their tattoos. Now, I would see someone with a tattoo, I'd go up to them with my camera, I'd have a chat with them. The film basically transcended into something a bit more than just the tattoos. We went off on all kinds of tangents. People really opened up. I was like flabbergasted at how open people were at 7 in the morning on a train from the Gold Coast to Brisbane. You know, like, and that's why this film I really honour the contributors of it, because out of the sort of 25 or so interviews I did with people, at least sort of 7 or 8 of them made it in the film as big characters. The rest of them, at some point, a shot of their tat is in the film. And so I was just mainly like super surprised at like how open and sort of welcoming they were at that awkward sort of time of the day when normally you'd associate people not really wanting to chat. And we just went off on all kinds of crazy tangents. We'd start with their chats, went on to their stories, and it just really made me sort of, my heart sort of melted in some ways, because as I was putting the edit together, I started to really realise that there are just all these beautiful threads of commonality between all these really different characters that seem so different on the surface, but actually we're all kind of the same. You know, everyone's got their insecurities, everyone's got their frailties, everyone's got their sort of vulnerabilities, and the fact that they all sort of shared them in this amazing way. Then I just had to thread it together in an edit, and it's a lot of talking heads, but I think there's a kind of a bit of a beautiful weave of narrative between them all, and so they were great, basically.
So how did you find out about the competition, and how lucky was it that you were using Sony gear? Which camera were you using?
Yeah, I was using the Sony A7S II, which I've had for about 2 years before that, since whenever it came out, which was a great camera to have in my bag like the whole time, because it was a bit of a slow burn. Like, it wasn't like I had set packed shoot days. I just had it carrying me, and whenever I came across someone with a tat, I'd have a little interview with it. So having that little portable camera was great. You know, I had to embrace that awkwardness with the techie side of things. In the sound on the train is terrible. It's the train shaking, so everything was all kind of all over the show.
Squeaking.
So the image stabilizer was quite good. I had a top mic. The rolling shutter was kind of an issue with it being the A7S II rather than the 3. So winning a prize from Sony is obviously going to be an awesome thing to kind of upgrade some of my gear. But yeah, it wasn't really about the gear, it was about embracing the roughness of the project. You know, there were so many times on the train that I knew between certain stations the announcer would come on the train, it'd be too loud to film. So I had to wait for the bigger gaps between, like longer gaps on stations. And so I had only these small windows and so it wasn't really about the production value. And for me, it was like the A7S II was like a perfect combo of like a camera that did have a nice image, it was quite crisp, it was quite cinematic, but then I could embrace the kind of roughness of that rolling shutter and of the fact that, you know, I didn't have a sound in, didn't have a big crew, and just keep it quite low.
Yeah. So how did you find out about the competition?
I found out about it. I've always been on Sony's mailing list, I guess, and I guess that just kind of transpired through to my emails. And in some ways, funny about the competition was a godsend, because it finally gave me a deadline to finish the film. And I was like, right, I've got to get it in. This is the last day. Otherwise, I'd probably still be cutting it now.
Yeah. So where can people watch the film, if they can watch it online yet?
They can watch it, yeah. It's just on Vimeo at the moment. I don't know if I don't know if I can do I don't know a verbal link. There will be a link. It's obviously on the Catchlight Film Festival website at the moment, but it will be on my own personal.
Tell us your site, yeah.
My own personal site is olliesindel.com, OLLYS for sugar, INDLE.com, and it will be on there pretty soon. But I'm a commercial director, so there's a lot of adverts as well on there that you've got to sift through.
And are you hopefully you'll put it at the top of the page now that you've won, but are you hoping or going to enter Catchlight 2023?
I would love to enter Catchlight 2023. Just got to come up with some good ideas, I think.
Yeah.
And 23 is my lucky number, so who knows.
And do you have any messages for anyone involved in cinematography, filming, anyone who wants to get into the business? What's your message to them?
I actually really do, and I feel quite strongly about this, because for me, like, it took a lot of like basically initially not, or just not having the balls to just randomly go up to people on the train constantly and do an interview about their tattoo. And so then to be here and like be amongst these cool filmmakers and stuff, it kind of shows that there is a reward in getting out of your comfort zone and just thinking, if you're on the precipice of an idea, fucking do it. Even if you look like a bit of a dickhead, you know, you could end up having a bit of success because the people I end up interviewing are really lovely.
Yeah. Well, Ollie Sindel, winner of the Best Non-Fiction Award for Ink Train. Thank you very much for your time,
Thanks
and
very much.
hope to see you again next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very
Bye-bye.
much. Cheers.